Imagine a man whose footsteps made Shaitan cross the road. A man who didn't just fight battles, he fought himself until nothing was left but strength, justice, and submission to Allah. Umar Ibn Al-Khattab, the man who ruled an empire, yet feared Allah more than the sword, the one who could break tyrants, but cried at the verses of the Quran. But let me ask you something, are you here to be inspired? Or are you here to become? Because this video isn't for passive minds or soft hearts, it's for those who are done living like spectators, those who want to rise with strength, move with justice, and carry Imaan like a weapon. If that's you, listen carefully, because we're going to break you, and rebuild you in the fire of Umar Ibn Al-Khattab. Imaan, the foundation of power. Let's kill the fantasy right now. Imaan isn't a mood, it's a structure. Umar didn't become the lion of justice because he felt spiritual, he became it because his actions bowed to Allah, even when his ego screamed. So how do you build that Imaan? A. Center your life around Allah. Most people live life centered around ego, status, comfort, attention. Umar flipped that. Every decision he made, public or private, was tied to one question: is this pleasing to Allah? You chase money? Good, but why? If it's not to give, to support, to uplift the Ummah, you're chasing a rope around your own neck. You train, you study, you grind, but for who? For applause? For dopamine? For self-worth? Real Imaan is when Allah is the axis of your life. Everything spins around that: your schedule, your goals, your relationships, your identity. If Allah isn't at the center, you're building on sand. B. Seek knowledge relentlessly. Umar didn't stop at belief, he studied it. He used to ask questions from the Prophet, saw, with intensity. He reflected on every verse. He feared speaking on what he didn't understand. Imaan without knowledge is like a sword without an edge. You can swing all you want, you'll never cut through ignorance. You say you want clarity, but you're not studying. You're not reading the Quran with meaning. You're not learning Arabic. You're not touching hadith. Umar wasn't a scholar by title. He was a scholar by action, and he ruled an empire with it. So what's your excuse? C. Relentless obedience. Not when it's convenient, not when you feel good. Obedience at all costs. Umar feared missing even a single salah. He feared hypocrisy like death. You want to be feared by Shaitan? Then fear Allah more than you fear failure, opinions, or even your own comfort. Discipline equals Imaan in action. D. Constant self-reflection. Umar used to question himself every night. What did I do today? Did I lie? Did I oppress? Did I seek Allah's pleasure, or my own? You scroll endlessly, numb to your time, your soul. He cried for missing tahajjud. You skip far without guilt. If your heart feels empty, it's not because you're broken, it's because you're disconnected from your Lord. Fix your salah, fix your heart, build your Imaan through ruthless honesty. Detachment. You want strength? Then detach from everything that weakens you. Umar had control over an empire, but slept on a mat made of palm leaves. No gold, no obsession with status, no hunger for approval. And you? You're seeking validation from people who wouldn't cry at your funeral. Detach. A. Detach from people's opinions. Umar didn't fear backlash. When the truth was being violated, he didn't stay quiet, he stood up, even if the enemy was within the ranks. Stop sugarcoating your Islam to keep friends. Stop hiding your values to be liked. You are not here to please the world. Detach from their approval. Anchor to Allah's. B. Detach from dunya. How free are you if your happiness depends on likes, attention, or a job title? Umar was free, because nothing owned him. He didn't serve money, he made money to serve justice. You want peace? Kill your addiction to the dunya. Train your nafs to say, even if I lose everything, I still have Allah. That is real strength, that is real power. Fearlessness, not a trait, but a decision. Umar wasn't born fearless. He became fearless when he stopped fearing anything except Allah. You fear failure? Rejection? Pain? He walked alone to accept Islam. He prayed openly in front of the Quraysh, knowing they'd attack. He didn't wait for a backup plan. Why? Because he knew, if Allah is with me, who can harm me? A. Face what owns you. If you can't speak truth in a room full of lies, then you're not a lion. You're a prisoner. Fearlessness is built when you do what terrifies your ego. Speak truth even when your voice shakes. Pray far even when your body begs for sleep. Choose halal even when haram is easier. B. Train through loss. You'll lose friends. You'll lose comfort, maybe even family. But if you don't lose your faith, you've lost nothing. Umar wasn't scared of death. He was scared of dying without pleasing Allah. What are you scared of? 4. Justice, the weapon of the righteous. You think strength is about domination. Real power is being able to crush someone but choosing mercy. Umar didn't just rule with the sword, he ruled with justice. He'd walk the streets at night, making sure no one went hungry. He held himself accountable before anyone else. He didn't use Islam to control people, he used it to serve them. A. Start with yourself. You want to speak truth? First live it. Don't preach honesty while lying to your parents. Don't call for justice while being cruel to your siblings. Umar would collapse if he thought he wronged a single person. You scroll past oppression like it's someone else's problem. Clean your heart, fix your circle, purify your dealings. B. Speak even when it hurts. Silence in the face of injustice is support. Umar stood up against corruption, even if it was from close companions. He didn't let his emotions cloud the truth. You afraid of awkward conversations? He was afraid of facing Allah with unspoken truth. Be just, even if it's against yourself, even if it costs you your comfort. The final question, will you rise? You say you want to be like Umar. Then stop fantasizing, and start transforming. Detach from dunya, anchor to Imaan, burn your fears, and carry justice like a sword. This world needs men who walk like Umar, unafraid, unshaken, unapologetically Muslim. So before you scroll, ask yourself, do I want to admire Umar, or become like him? If it's the second, then your path is clear. Obey Allah, discipline your soul, and walk the earth like a shadow of his legacy. Subscribe, and earn your place among the lions.